Holy Spirit was knocking me all over the room. And I don't know what to think. There was God again. There was his presence. He left the wall and he shows up at a prophetic conference in North Carolina. Figure that. Why did you do that, Lord? You know, God doesn't really answer an awful lot of our questions. Oh, I don't know. I was just feeling good about North Carolina. God does what God does because God is God. Isn't that interesting? Well, my life began to change again, to say the least. Rick invited us to a couple of other things, and all of a sudden, we're headed into a conference, a worship conference. And I had all my sweetie songs prepared. God is great, and so am I, because I know him real good. And the enemy attacked so strong, and he went after me so strong and knocked me around so much. In fact, pushed me down the flight of stairs the morning of the beginning of the conference. I'm at the top of the stairs in the old manor, and I'm all by myself, nobody there, and I feel a hand on the middle of my back, and down the stairs I go, and fall out on the floor in front of Rick and Bob Jones and Bobby Connors. And well, the worship leader's here, I see. Is that fool laying on the floor right there? I got up and I just said, Lord, if you allow me, I will fight back as hard as I know how. I thought, well, nobody will go for this. Well, let me tell you something. I couldn't get them to stop. They wouldn't stop. We started and they finished it. We could not stop. Because the power of the living God is in charge from here. And that was a time I don't think I understand still. But he later told me, 10 years later, this was a prophecy of what I'm about to do. Go listen to the songs again, and you'll find God is prophesying exactly what he's doing in this hour. Huh. Why would you do that? I always tell people what I'm doing. I always tell the prophets. Oh, I'm glad you're doing that. Yeah, that's good. It's good. Does it meet with your approval, Don? Yeah, I think it's real good. I'm glad to hear that. It took a while to become a real servant, and I would love to say I'm all the way there, but I am still so far away from being a submissive person. But God was not interested in me being nothing. He was interested in me being something and submitting that. So find your strength and submit that. Don't find your weakness. Find who you are and give that to God. Make that your submission. That's worth something. That sacrifice draws the kingdom. I know you know what I mean. When we began to sit down and play, the Lord started just really saying, are you going to stand for that? And I was like, sitting at that time. And I was sitting because the enemy had attacked me so strong in my life that I couldn't stand up and sing without being in tremendous pain. So I had to always sit when I sang. And the more I fought and the more I battled and the more I struggled, the more the Lord would bless it. Didn't come easy. How many feel like following Jesus is not all that easy? This is a rough guy to follow around. You know, and if you're really going to stay dedicated to that, you're probably going to get in trouble about once a day, really, if he has a half a shot at it. But then what were you doing that was more valuable than that before then? You know, it's really pretty messy, the junk we got into, and once I started to see that following him, though dangerous, was still so much more life, so much more everything than anything I'd ever known. And I've been in a lot of places. I know what it looks like to be in a limousine. I know what TV looks like. And I also know this one thing about the King of Kings. That's a fire that doesn't go out. Even if you pour water on it, it kind of blazes up a little. Amen. They overcame by the blood of the Lamb and the word of their testimony. They did not love their lives unto death. Therefore rejoice, for heaven sees. In this world we shall have tribulation. Therefore be of good cheer. I have overcome. I have overcome. I have overcome the world. I have overcome. Yes, I have. I have and pour